Chapter 2, 7 Pathways to Your Healing. In the previous chapter, Dual Provision, we examined what the biblical word for salvation means. We learned that salvation means more than to be born again or saved from eternal judgment. Salvation is deliverance from sin, healing for our body, and protection from evil. Now that we know He is the healer, we can discover how He heals. Let's look at 7 pathways for your healing as described in the Bible. Pathway number 1, great faith. Speak the word only. When Jesus had entered Capernaum, a centurion came to him asking for help. "Lord," he said, "my servant lies at home paralyzed and in terrible suffering." Jesus said to him, "I will go and heal him." The centurion replied, "Lord, I do not deserve to have you come under my roof, but just say the word, and my servant will be healed. For I myself am a man under authority, with soldiers under me. I tell this one, 'Go,' and he goes, and I tell that one, 'Come,' and he comes. I say to my servant, 'Do this,' and he does it." When Jesus heard this, he was astonished. Matthew chapter 8, verses 5 through 10. Rarely do we see Jesus getting surprised. Why was Jesus so amazed at this man? As a Roman soldier, this centurion had at his disposal the authority of the Holy Roman Empire. When he spoke, people obeyed him. As the centurion followed Jesus, I believe he saw a similar principle in operation, which caused him to believe. When Jesus spoke, sickness, disease, poverty, and affliction would flee. This centurion knew that Jesus had authority in the spiritual realm as he had authority in the natural realm. He knew that Jesus could simply speak and something would happen. You and I are in the same structure of authority as Jesus. When we speak, things happen. Can Jesus be the same in His word today as He was in His flesh, standing before that centurion? The answer is yes, if you will allow Him to be. Jesus said to those following Him in Matthew chapter 8, verses 10 through 13, "I tell you the truth, I have not found anyone in Israel with such great faith." Then Jesus said to the centurion, "Go, it will be done just as you believed it would." And his servant was healed at that very hour. I remember traveling to Mexico and working with the Oaxaca Indians in the remote mountain villages. After many days of outreach, the time had come for a brief break from our activities, so we headed to the city for a day of R&R. I awoke the morning of our city adventure with the room swirling about me. I had food poisoning. I could not believe it. Finally, I had the opportunity to relax, and whammo, I was fighting horrible symptoms. Over the years, I have learned that when symptoms attack my body, I begin speaking. My flesh wanted to be sick and stay in bed, but I got up and started declaring, "I am healed by the stripes of Jesus." I thank you, Lord. You are touching me with your healing power right now. And body, listen to me. According to Isaiah 53 and verse 5, by His stripes I am healed. I declared His word not once, not twice, but for nearly an hour. Suddenly, faith arose in my heart, and as quickly as the symptoms came, they disappeared. Jesus calls this great faith. Just speak the word and believe. This is the first and most fundamental pathway to your healing. Remember, it pleases Him. He will be amazed at your faith.